everybody, welcome back to another day at the log farm. It's almost the weekend. We're Friday here now, and we're open today. However, I am not at the farm right now. Our weather has made a change for the better, and we've had our multiple days of rain go away, and we're now back into normal summer weather, which means it's hay season, and everybody is going crazy making hay. So a good friend of mine out west of Ottawa has a bunch of hay down ready to bale, and having some issues getting the baler that he was supposed to get, so helping him out a bit here. And my buddy Matt had a small square baler that was not being used today, so I went and picked it up, and I'm taking it out to Chris and Kinber. So that's kind of what I'm up to today. It's again, we're open. I should be at the farm talking to people and helping out there, but unfortunately, and I've talked about this before, when you're in farming, some of your best allies and best way to get things done is to share back and forth and help each other out. It's a tough battle farming this year, and as the old saying goes, you got to make hay while the sun shines, and doing my best to help people out, because Matt's bailed me out a bunch of times, Chris has too, and I know if I needed something, and even if they were busy, they'd help me out. So kind of what I'm up to. I've picked up the baler from Matt right now, and I'm making my way out to Kinburn. Just show you what's going on here. I think you can see that. There's the baler behind the truck. We're headed out there now. So yeah, anyway, I'll make my way out there, and once we get it all set up and working and everything, I'll have some footage of it baling hay, and we'll go from there. I thought I'd take a minute here while I'm driving and thinking about things. Sometimes I don't explain myself the best. I take for granted that people understand what things are, so I thought I'd do a bit of farm education and talk about hay for a minute while I'm driving. And the camera is hands-free, don't worry, I'm not holding it while I'm driving. So, anyway, in our wonderful country up here, throughout the summer months, we have to make hay to feed all our livestock in the winter. To do so, the process is we have hay fields, and they are generally, on a whole, a seeded out field. It's planted, it's not just natural grasses growing. Some of it is, but the majority of it is planted. You have your timothies and bromes and clovers, fescues, alfalfa, trefoil, whatever you have in your mix of grasses, so that your hay is suitable for your livestock. If you're into high production feed, high protein, high energy, you want an alfalfa. If you're just doing a maintenance feed, you want more of a grassy feed like a timothy or a brome or something like that, that's good feed quality but not as high on the energy side. So process goes, sorry about the interruption, had a phone call. Anyway, as I was saying, we talked about all the different types of grasses and what we're doing. So when it is decent looking weather for 3 or so days, you go out with your hay bine or disc bine, and you mow whatever hay you want to bale in the next little while. and then you let it dry if you're doing dry hay. We'll get into high moisture in a minute. If you're doing dry hay, you let it dry, usually depending on weather conditions, wind, humidity, everything else. You let it dry for a day or more, and then you go out and you rake the hay, which flips the hay over, which puts the green side that was on the ground up, and then you proceed to let that dry, and then you go along and bale it. Now, baling becomes, you can have a small square baler like I have on the back of the truck now, which makes a bale that's 18 inches wide and about 45 pounds. You can do a round bale, which could be 4 feet wide, 5 feet wide, and anywhere from 4 feet tall to 6 feet tall, and ranging from 500-600 pounds up to 1,100 pounds or more, depending on hay quality and everything else. Once your hay is dry, you bale it, and then you have to pick it up and get it tucked away. And the problem you have to do, and why it has to be dry, is because when you bale the hay and compress it, and it's in a tight form, if there's any moisture in there, it heats. And if it's heating, it can do multiple things. It can do anything from rot and spoil, it can get moldy, or in extremely severe cases, it can actually get hot enough to combust, and if it's in your barn, it'll burn your barn down, or wherever it is, it can catch on fire. Now, if you're doing high moisture hay, you generally bale it at a higher moisture, not dry, and you then have to wrap the hay. Generally, wrapped hay is either in large square bales or in round bales. And once you wrap that hay, it actually ferments a bit, and the fermenting process makes a really nice feed, and that's how some people do it. And then a wrapped bale has the white plastic on it. You can do it in a tube line, which is a long row of wrapped hay. Some of you have seen those out and about. You can also do them individually, which look like the giant marshmallows that you may have also seen out and about. So, little bit of hay education. The other thing you can do with hay too is if you cut it, you can chop it through a forage harvester, which cuts it into fine short pieces, and that goes into what they call an ag bag or into a silo, and same process, it ferments and makes a different quality of feed, or different type of feed. So anyway, I'm getting the load up here, so I'll get back at you in a little bit. All right, folks, well, it's now Friday afternoon. It's getting on to be about supper time, and finally made it back to the farm. Got Chris going with the baler, and everything's working fine, so we're good. So I came back to the farm, and now we're doing a couple more things to get ready for tomorrow. Saturday is our one of our busier days. We're open to the farm. We have the farmers market going on, so with all this dry weather, it's kind of a, I guess, kind of a love-hate thing. But anyway, with the dry weather comes dust, and so anyway, I'm just filling up the tank at the farm here, and this is the setup that I built in the back of the old farm truck here. It's just a 1,000-liter water tank, and then I've got this crossbar rigged up here with holes drilled in it, and I'm gonna fill it up with water and go and water the roads coming in so that it's not as dusty and making a mess. So it's it's one of those things we got to do to make everybody happy. And not complaining at all. We just try and make it as comfortable, I guess you could say, for our guests and our vendors. Nobody likes a whole lot of dust flying around, so we're gonna do that, and yeah, carry on with the day. So we'll wish everybody the best and hope everybody had a good week. That's been absolutely gorgeous weather. We haven't had a whole lot of rain, so hopefully people are getting out and doing some things, and we're trying to do our best too. So we will bring you along and see what's going on. So have a great night, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon.